As a mom of 2 young kids, I like to keep my parenting skills sharp. I came across a quiz on parents.com that lets you know if you're sharenting, which is when parents share too much of their child's life on social media.
Yeah, we've seen that. And as a father, teenagers, when my kids, they don't listen to me and they share too much on social media, I like to practice darenting. Like, I dare you to do that again. Yeah, that's right.
And that's not an official term. But we are here to help us understand this and other new trends in modern parenting is psychologist and New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Shefali. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Now, we thought before we got started, we'd give a little tip on parenting, and you let us know if we're in the right direction. I always feel like when you post something of your kids, you have to think about them someday looking back at that. So I tend to be very private, and I don't post pictures of them unclothed and doing embarrassing things because I feel like that's more for our family to giggle about, but not for the world.
Exactly.
Because they may look back someday.
I agree with you.
And I feel like as a parent, I want to be in the moment, so I take pictures sometimes, but I'm not one of these parents that believe that I need to post every time to validate my relationship with my kids.
I know every time they pick up spinach or kale, you're like, hold it, let me post and show everyone what a healthy kid I have. But really, this trend occurs because we're parenting on anxiety, on fear and insecurity, and it's really all about us wanting to show off and really tell everyone, hey, I'm a great parent. It's really all about us. It has nothing to do with the kid.
It's more about your own ego.
It's your own desire to tell the world that you're a great person. It's about you.
And we're talking about sharing, but are there any other trends besides sharing that we should look out for in 2019?
Other than darenting.
Right,
yes.
Right. Well, there were all these other trends, helicopter parenting, but now there's this new trend called lawnmower parenting, where the
my dad did that. He made me cut the grass.
Yeah, exactly. With a slightly different twist, where the parents literally, in their desire to coddle and protect their kids from facing life, they mow down all obstacles. So, their kids should only have special vitamin water and special, electrolyte water. And even though there are water fountains everywhere, they'll run to give them, special packages. And it's all this high anxiety, parenting on steroids, really. Over-parenting, where you want to protect your kid from facing life. And this is a new trend. And
interesting, I knew down the road that would be a problem. You watched even friends of yours whose parents made phone calls and got in touch with coaches and teachers. I didn't realize how young that would hit, because I had a hard time the other day. I was at a little play space and Alec kept stumbling and falling off things, and my first instinct was to jump, and I kept having to walk through, like, let him tell you if he needs me, and it's hard to kind of let go when they're in the young years. Yeah,
well, of course, there's always safety, but now we've taken it to the point of just this overzealous, over-parenting point where it's no longer about the child's exploration, the child's curiosity. We're just completely numbing them from their own life instincts. We're just packaging them into these little bubble-wrapped little containers, and we're calling it a childhood.
Yeah.
And I
was going to say, I'm the youngest of 6. So by the time they got to me, my parents were like, whatever, kid, you want to jump, jump.
Right.
They were just worried if you ate and slept. And
if you ate and slept, and you were in before the lights came on.
By the 6th kid, that kid's going to be healthy because you've run out of all your crap, by the 6th kid. They're good. But it takes 6 children for parents to run out of this,
It takes 6 children to run out of it.
Oh, boy.
At least.
Well, you're 3 short. Keep it going, young lady.
We're halfway there. Now, what is this fed-up parenting?
I know. So it's, moms really getting fed up by having to do all the work. But there's a caveat, because, we mothers tend to be, wanting to do everything perfect. Yeah. So then we want to do everything on our own, and then we complain about it, and now we're fed up. So again, it all ties into this desire for the parent to have supreme control, micromanage everything, and kind of anesthetize the children from life, from having a real life.
Kind of like, well, I might as well do it myself.
I might as well do it, but then being a martyr about it.
Exactly. But what is conscious parenting?
Yeah, well, that's what I talk about. And conscious parenting really turns the traditional parenting paradigm on its head by forcing and challenging the parent to look at themselves, raising yourself. There's no child out there you can raise if you haven't raised yourself. And therefore, you're forced to do inner work. and really clean up your own crap from your childhood, you know, and the unconsciousness you were raised with.
Oh my God, my kid will be 25 by the time
I know,
we're done.
no. Lifetimes.
Okay.
It's never done. But that's really the work. To really parent consciously is to understand that you yourself need to be evolved to a certain degree. And what you're seeing around us in all these trends is this anxiety and desire for control and deep insecurity. And no parent wants to hear that, because no one is more defensive than the parent. And every parent wants to pretend or assume they're doing the best job. But really, it's not about the ego and not about perfection. It's really about taking a hard look at yourself. And if you haven't looked at yourself, then you're going to project all this stuff onto your kids. And then your kid is going to be an instrument for your unmet needs and your unmet expectations, which is what you're seeing all around us.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, and great advice. And then you wrote this book, The Conscious Parent, which is fantastic. And before we go, I want to say congratulations to you.
Okay.
I mean, because you may not know this, but you made television history just a while back. It's one of the most impressive things that you can be a part of in television. It's like the man landing on the moon, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. You made Oprah, yes, the Oprah cry. You made Oprah cry. And we're going to take a look at a little clip.
You and maybe it was me?
Absolutely.
Who just set her on the wrong path?
Absolutely.
Sent her on to the slaughterhouse of her spirit?
Makes me want to cry because I did that. But you helped me to see that that's what I was doing.
Wow.
Wow.
You guys, Oprah is used to making people cry. You made Oprah cry.
Well, I think she was just moved by the force of the unconsciousness, which is what I talk about. When the parent gets exposed to how they have been just using their children as instruments of their own unmet destiny, that's a moving moment. It's an epiphanic moment where you realize, I've got to back off this sovereign spirit. I have to allow this spirit to throb with its own manifestation. I cannot keep using this child to meet my hunger and to fill my void. That's a profound moment of realization.
Yeah.
You know, this whole book, and my other book, The Awakened Family, people buy the book thinking they're going to fix the kid and solve the riddle.
And they fix themselves.
And then they keep turning the pages and they're like, where's the tool and where are the 3 golden strategies to make my kid the most compliant, successful kid? And then they realize, it's not about my kid, is it? It's about me.
Right.
Well, you know what? One thing, when you're writing your next book or you're reading one of your current books, we got you a shirt that you can wear while you do that. I made Oprah cry.
I love it.
And
Oprah,
Oprah, you know we love you here, and you're always welcome to come on this show. We promise we can make you cry too.
We want a shirt.
We'll do our best. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
You can get Dr. Shefali's book, The Conscious Parent, in bookstores everywhere.